Hey there, welcome to the Loose the Mirror channel. Welcome to What Would Marriage Be Like? Whether I'm looking at this as like a commitment that is justifiable by law. Whatever marriage looks like for you in this context is what I'm thinking. This that level of commitment that society has dubbed as the ultimate. So if it's a civil union, if it's moving in together, as that's as far as you're allowed to go in your relationship, whatever that is, that's what I'm dubbing under marriage. So this is that reading for that. What would that be like? Or what could that be like, right? So here are the numbers: 453. I'm pretty sure there's a fourth number here, so I may redo this reading again in the future to see other things. I feel like there is a fourth number though, but I can't grasp it. I'll leave that for next time. All right, so what would marriage be like? Here you go. 453. I will see you in your respective piles. Hey, number 3, welcome. What could marriage, with quotations around that, what would marriage be like? Let's look. Let's see. I'm going to be using some strange decks. So you may not see all the images up close because some of them are a little wild. You know what? I'm going to shuffle off camera because I just can't keep doing this. Okay. See, that wasn't so bad. All right. What could marriage be like? Yeah, I'm just gonna put that right there. Okay. This is really interesting. You have interesting messages here. This person will be a reflection for you. I feel like they will come for you when you're in a time to receive it, when you're able to, when you're more mature, when you can see them for who they are, or when you can see the type of relationship for what it is. There is like a symbiosis here. There's a give and take here. There is a sameness here. There's a filling in the gaps here. There's an 8 here, as in this sort of infinity symbol. I really like it. And then obviously there is an 8 here with the 8 of Swords in reverse. So I feel like this relationship, this marriage would be good. It would be just fine. It would be good. There would be good enough of a connection there. But a certain forbiddenness. It's either you two worked really hard to get to the point where you wanted to get to, and it came with some sadness and the like. I feel like someone here in the relationship got married because it was time, and not so much that it was for the connection. Like the connection was strong enough, but it wasn't really maybe their ideal, but there was definitely a good connection. This somewhere seems like a reasonable choice. There's a sense of freedom, but also a sense of entrapment in this dynamic where, marriage is forever, but then there's also being sort of stuck with this person. I'm gonna get into it, number 3. We're gonna get a little bit deeper. Just let me get these surface messages out. I don't know where this reading is gonna end, but I know it's not looking too good. But I don't think too good is actually even the right wording for it. I just feel like this relationship has been through some things and there's a choice. Someone decided to commit. Someone decided to be in this and do what they needed to do in order to have some sense of stability. There's quite possibly someone here had a whole past. They had a very dynamic past where they had many experiences, and maybe they reached a point in their life where they said, okay, now I'm ready to settle down. And that's what this marriage could be. Now, the question isn't how did you get to marriage? The question is what the marriage will be like. What I'm picking up on is more so feelings of treating your partner like a person, treating each other like people, and not objects of some sort of romantic illusion or some sort of romantic fallacy. It's based in what I feel is reality and a mutual respect for one another. So tell me a bit more. For some of you, there's definitely this like mourning of the past. I'm so glad this came up. That's all I was saying. If you hung in there, number 3, we're gonna be okay. There's a certain mourning of the past, but I'm really, for this one, I'm getting a lot of like pre-stuff, and I'm wondering if this is someone's mentality going in. Or the mentality is, as you get into this union, it's not really the person that you would have wanted it to be. It's not really the person that you have this deep yearning connection with. But it is someone that sort of like treats you on. This could be you or them. But I do see this sort of maturing deeper into more, a feeling space, a more passionate space down the line, due to the mutual give and take, the mutual respect, where over time you see that, oh wow, this person is there for me. This person does show up for me. I do feel, fairly free with this person, but also, what is this? I do feel fairly free with this person, but also there's parts of me that wonder if I'm missing out a little bit. Like there's parts of you or someone else in this dynamic that would wonder every so often about what else is out there, what else kind of relationship they could be in, or who else they could be with that might be a little bit more passionate, or whatever the case may be. But I feel like this person or this dynamic is sturdy, it's stable. There is, there is attraction, I feel like there's a seeing of each other. I don't feel like this is a completely loveless relationship. It's got respect. It's got love in a tangible way. It's got I feel like it's got the real stuff that goes the distance. This person and you, your union could very well last because it is based in maybe mutual understanding on a feeling state. I feel like someone in this dynamic would be blinded though by how the other feels. Like if it's not you, like one of you might be feeling how I've been describing, and the other person is perfectly happy, perfectly stable, perfectly, this is how relationships are, this is how it is, this is da. Or if you're, perfectly happy, perfectly pleasant in this dynamic, then the partner might be the one that is feeling like, oh, sometimes I wonder what it could be like with someone, that there could be more passion, or whatever might be missing. But I feel like with this union here, this marriage, there was possibly someone else. So this to me, this pile feels like someone who lost a lover in the past, someone who lost a lover, and that relationship made them think differently about love. That relationship, they saw that relationship as someone who really was their one true love, and this person that they married is good enough. This dynamic that they have with this person is good enough. It'll never be like that, so why am I chasing something that I'll never have again? Let me just be with the person that I'm with and I'll be happy. And if that's you, you will be happy. You will be settled, you'll be happy. You'll be married to someone who is a friend that cares about you. Those kinds of vibes. But obviously I feel like if that's the person I'm talking to, someone that you lost in the past, it may not be as woof 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 as it was with them. But this is also just okay. Like it's good. You know, you wouldn't you acknowledge this for this union for what it is, and because of what you've been through, you appreciate it. You know that there could be worse out there, and that honestly this is not bad. Like this is okay. So let me look at this a little bit more, a little bit deeper. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like there would be a rebel stage in avoiding commitment, but I feel like this might not be, I don't know, this might not be what someone may have clicked on this video to listen to, but this to me feels like real life. Like this feels like a real ass reading. Like when you put away the I don't know, when you put away the bullshit, when you put away the noise, this is what you want to be left with at the end of the day. This is something that is solid. This is something that lasts. It's based on, you know, respect. However, there is, you know, it depends on who you are as a person. I'm not going to tell you that this is exactly what you want. For some people, this is exactly what they want, and for others, this is not what they want. With poised, yang in protection, and regeneration, I feel like there was a fight getting to this point. There was a battle for either one or both of you. There was a fight getting to this point. There was a battle. This might also have been an arranged marriage for some. If it is an arranged marriage, I feel like things might turn out okay unless you're, you know, in danger. But if you're not in danger and you're just kind of wondering, this makes sense for an arranged marriage. Things are going to be okay. There is this like destruction energy, this fight. I think there was some fighting, some I don't want this, some no. But there's also there was a point either during the marriage, the union, or the relationship where that part of you fades away. You might see it as immature, or now that you've lived a certain life, or maybe you've seen certain things or heard certain things, you then sort of see life for what it is. Like these are someone's thoughts, and you say, actually, the person that I'm with is not that bad. So let's look at your sex life. Look, let's get out of this. What would sex be like in this? What would intimacy be like? Let's say that. What would intimacy be like in this union? I feel like it would kind of be sacred. I feel like it would kind of be a little sacred, actually. Careful at first, kind of fumbly bumbly, okay, but over time it would improve and bring some sense of resurgence to this union. A resurgence that you both didn't realize, I don't want to say was needed, but makes you open to the fact that, holy cow, like we didn't have this before. It's almost like that feeling where when you blow your nose, I've been using this example so much lately. When you blow your nose and then you realize like, holy cow, I can now breathe through both nostrils. Everything I've been doing this whole time was through one nostril. It's almost like I feel like your sexual life, your intimacy life will evolve into something really nice. So we have the Empress here in reverse. We have the Ten of Wands in reverse, and we have the Temperance in reverse. So I feel like one of the partners or both might have a false sense of what intimacy is, really what sex is, and in that union between two people. They might have a false sense from maybe watching too much porn, or watching too much of what they think sex is or what intimacy is between a couple, and it'll be kind of wild, not in a way that is a passionate wildness, but just a wildness for the sake of like it's a bit chaotic. Like it's maybe someone that knows what they're doing, but like they don't know what they're doing. There's this sense of like, okay, you're doing too much. Like that, we're not even there yet, and you're already like, what is happening here? It's almost performance, but it's not like this is how this person, I'm feeling, maybe these people sort of feel like they have to be, but it's not right. And there might come a point where you do get to that point as a couple, as a union, where, oh yeah, like you actually feel this person, but and they might be doing, and I think it'll click, either you or them, like it'll click that the wild things they were doing, the chaotic mess they were putting themselves into earlier on, is now something that they get the essence of that thing, but now they're actually in they actually can now like be that. It's almost like, you can act like a boss and you can say certain things. No, you can talk about how if you were a parent you would do X, Y, and Z, but it's not until you have kids and then you're in that environment for you to see, oh shit, I was not on anything. You know what I mean? Like, until you're in it, then you're in it and you actually see like, oh, this is how this is supposed to work. So there's something about that here, about how it starts off. It lacks, it's too careful, but also really not personal. And it's a wild mess, but I do feel like it would evolve. I feel like this is like early days, early years, early relationship, early marriage, early connections where two people are really trying to find their way through this experience. Tell me about down the line when they're a lot more established. Like what could intimacy be like down the line if they're a lot more established? Better. Better, deeper emotional connection. So awesome. That I would have liked to see the World come out here, bottom of the deck. Ten of Swords in reverse. Okay, a little bit better. Definitely better. The Hermit is also in reverse. This is someone who's no longer alone in love. This is someone who, to me, as I see this, is now in love. They are more connected to their partner and have sort of abandoned this wild... It's crazy what I'm seeing in my head. So down the line, things would get better. There would be an innocence there. There would be more communication there, more depth of emotion. We have the King of Cups, the Page of Cups, and the Hermit in reverse. So yeah, that's exactly what I'm feeling. I'm feeling like with this connection, if you're already in this, or you're kind of like, oh fuck, I shouldn't have listened to this reading because it's hitting and I can't face this reality, things will get better. I feel like things would get better. Yeah, okay. There was a third party in this, man. There's a third party in this. There was. Yeah. So I feel like things will get better. the thing is, like, what I'm getting with this is someone who's rebellious. This reading is a prime example of this question I've always asked myself. If you die and you're at the pearly gates and Jesus and God and all the angels are there and they're all saying all this, and if you ask them, did the person I end up with, was that the person that you made for me, if you believe in that, or were they just the person that ended up being the one for me? So the question there is, if you have someone that was made for you and you weren't with them, is it different from someone who wasn't made for you, but you grew together and they came to know you and you came to know them, and you all, got along, and they eventually really became the person for you in the end? Were they then still the person made for you? You know what I'm saying? Like, there's that like nuanced question there. And I feel like whomever is in this situation, you might be looking at false things that appear to have a lot of weight. Not false things, but things that might have a lot of weight to you at some point may not carry as much weight in the future. And the things that, when you sift through all the noise and all the mess, what you end up with is the real stuff at the end of the sifter. And this union could very well be one of those things that is not as wild or very feely or anything like that, but it does sort of end up to be something nice once you've made the choice to be with this person. But again, I realize I'm reading for a ton of people, and yeah. So if I'm gonna I hope I remember this for the other readings. I'm gonna now pull if this is the union that you are like, I just really need that. Like, that's the kind of union that I want. What is the guidance to get closer to this kind of union? A leg up fell out. So this is about getting help. This is about being open about your needs, being open about what you want, and accepting help from people. Time for a nap is shown up twice for this reading. Being more relaxed. So this again could also be someone who's living, it's a third party in that someone is living in someone else's energy space. Someone is living in someone else's life in their head, where someone confuses aggression and toxicity in some ways for passion and love and something real. And it might take a while for that process to sift out, where you go, actually, that was then, and this is actually the kind of long-term partnership that I want. So a leg up for those of you that might want this says, relationships that are healthy thrive on interdependence. It's important to recognize that you need each other. You need others as much as they need you. You must allow people to support you, just as you are there for them. This is a time to be vulnerable, to speak up about your needs, and to ask them for them to be fulfilled. Right, so we said that. Trust you'll be met with kindness and love. Don't expect others to read your mind, though. Ask and it is given. So in order to have this union, and I think even make it better, and maybe even fast forward past the crappy feelings within yourself or in the dynamic, being able to be vulnerable in that way will help. And also just being with your partner so that you can feel yourself relax into what it is this dynamic offers. Oh, now I'm gonna, for people that don't want this connection, for people that say, I want something better than what I just heard, what can I do to either avoid this altogether or avoid the bullshit and go straight to the better stuff? Spirit, what's the guidance for that person that wants to avoid? Don't tell me I don't take care of you now. Blessed. Wow. Okay. 222. 222. That's a pretty big number. That's a pretty big number. This might be a gift of a relationship that you cannot sidestep, or at least those parts of it might not be able to be sidesteppable. You're moving toward a deepening of intimacy. Awesome, in a unique and sacred partnership. You know you are meant to make this connection. This union, blessed by the divine, will bring transformation and beauty to the world. This is also a sign that, even more important, you're being called to a deeper intimacy with yourself and spirit. With this new development, you will see evidence of grace in your life. So, for those of you that don't want this, there might be some nugget in this dynamic, however it turns out for you. Yeah, especially if you've been in relationships that kind of messed you up. This one might be the one that you don't think, that you might think is boring, or not giving you what you need, but it might be some leftover residual energy from the previous dynamic with the third party that's living in your head and in your energy, right? So thank you so much for watching. If you watched all the way through, I appreciate you. So keep your light on and good luck. Bye. Hey, number 5, how are you? Number 5, I just took my gum out and I get so attached to the gum in my mouth. Like, I was not ready to take it out, but I just had a really deep reading and I needed to have all my faculties available. So this is what we're going to do, number 5, okay? I'm going to look at the vibe of your marriage, union, whatever the fuck you want to call it, the marriage. And then we're going to look at intimacy. What could intimacy be like in that same union? I don't know how the story goes. And then we'll look at, if you want this union, what's your guidance? If you want that kind of union, what's your guidance in moving that forward or being in that path? And then if you don't want what I just read, what's that guidance, right? Don't fret. I got everybody covered. But make sure you tell everybody that I take care of my people. Go ahead and like the video, because that's some good stuff. That's some good depth of knowledge right there. All right. So I'm going to shuffle off camera because Excellent. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay. Lots of insecurity. Number 5, bear with me, okay? Stick through. If you don't like what I'm reading, that's okay. You are allowed to not like it. But how I read, if you read the description box, I get the surface level stuff, and then the story starts settling into what becomes the story. Okay, and we are going to see what your guidance is to avoid this, because if you pick this, maybe you are on this track, or you were on this track, I don't know your life. But if we end up in a place where the energy has moved, the energy that's like loud, which sometimes can be coming in from one person pre-marriage or during a hard time or whatever, at least this might be something that might be helpful. So just hear me out. Give it some time. Paint your nails, clip your toenails, scroll on the Zon to find yourself something to order. As this plays in the background, maybe something will perk up that's relevant to you. Okay, give it a chance. Insecurity. Okay. Pettiness, struggles, financial struggles, and maybe even some food struggles. Weird. Weird, actually. I don't know why I'm reading a fairy tale right now. I just went through, I don't know how long I was quiet for, but I just went through an entire ass fairy tale in my head. This marriage, I'm gonna say your partner might really want to give to you. Your partner might really want to give to you. I'm seeing some very confusing things here. you or your partner, you might really want to give to you, okay? They might want to pamper you, take care of you. One of you is the prize. It might be that both of you give to this marriage, rather. I think it's there's a partner, there's someone here who's giving to the other way more, and who's very romantic and also kind of abrasive and kind of the big man, big woman on campus type vibe. But someone is not happy. Someone sort of wishes things could be better. What? There. Someone might be depending on someone else's money in this. Man, what a reading. I did not ask for this. Someone might feel less than. Someone might feel like they have to be someone else in order to be in this union. Someone is not in the best state of mind, while the other person seems to be trying to amend things, heal the other person, be there for the other person. The other person sort of hides themselves, like they have this duality to them. I'm not sure if that's you or your other person, but there's this vibe of being open but coy, and also hiding and putting obstacles between you and your partner. So maybe a sense of stubbornness, if that applies. Like, it's almost like there's someone here who has everything, the type of partner that someone would want, but they're unhappy, which makes me wonder if this is even like the union that makes sense, or there's someone here who's going through depression and they want their partner to fix them, but they also don't allow their partner to fix them. They also feel guilty for wanting their partner to fix them. And so they act up. They act sometimes in ways that isn't representative of how they feel. And then the partner gets the brunt of it, because this person is sort of like switching from one mood to another mood, from one mood to another mood, when they themselves on the inside don't feel good. But their partner seems to be trying, because their partner wants to be with them. So this makes marriage difficult. Someone here might be depressed. Someone here might be unhappy. What the fuck? Excuse me. All right, let me. Whoa. Who are we marrying, you guys? I'm absolutely doing a second one of these, because this is not what I expected. Who are we? What is this? So let me look a little bit deeper. So someone here expected something to be different, but it isn't. So this might even be the other person, the partner. The partner may have thought, oh, once we're together, once I give this person what they want, they won't be sad, they won't be depressed anymore, they'll be happy. But the reality was that isn't, that's not what happened. Marriage didn't fix things. Now someone might be feeling alone in a union, or sort of whipped around in a union. Seeing things as they truly are would be more helpful. And anyway, all right, let me look a little bit deeper at this. What is this, number 5? What is happening? Okay, we have the you can click off number 5. You can click off. I'm gonna look at what intimacy is gonna be like, and perhaps there's another message that come out with this, but nothing new has come up. I mean, we have the King of Pentacles here and the Two of Swords, and the Two of Swords to me is this sort of indecisive energy. But when I'm looking at the imagery of the cards, this man, the men in these are the pursuants, and of course they are, but this masculine energy, or one of the energies rather, is the pursuant. Hey, come here. Hey, I'm naked. Hey, this is me. Let me show you. I want to provide, I want to protect, I want to care, while the other person just sort of hides and says no, 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 either because they don't believe that they're worth being cared for, or that they deserve what they're getting, or maybe they don't even believe that this person really loves them. Whatever that looks like. Now, what I can't help but notice is the Eight of Cups, someone walking away, and the Ten of Swords, someone who is so sick of trying. And that might be a fear of someone, that someone will leave because they're so sick of trying. But sometimes with the Imagine card in the protection, it's awfulizing. It's very much a, be careful. In this sense, I will say it's be careful what you keep thinking. You might be creating a prophecy that ends up coming true because of your actions. And how, because you keep thinking someone will leave you, you act in such a way that you push them away, such that they do end up leaving you because they're so exhausted and they're only human. Like, they'll think, oh, maybe it's me, maybe I'm the problem, maybe I need to leave this person alone. So there's maybe like a poverty mindset or insecurity mindset, something here that someone just does not believe that they're lovable, or whatever the case may be, maybe with what they've been through in the past. Liars, cheaters, stealers, thugs, abusers, just really, I don't know your life, man, but maybe they've been through it, and when someone genuine seems to have come along, but maybe this time they're being genuine, and maybe they're the ones that hurt you in the past, and it's difficult to trust them, or vice versa if you're the other person. Now, something I can't help but notice is red cape, red cape, red cape. The person that is doing the pushing, the person that is doing the giving, the person that is doing the, hey, I'm here, hey, I'm present, would want to walk away. I don't see this is, even though this is number 5, and 5 is the Hierophant's number, I don't see how this marriage would be happy more than, like, often. I think it would definitely have its moments. I think it would definitely have its fun. But long term, if this sort of vibe persisted, the outcome of this union, I mean, what could the outcome of this union be? The sun. Freedom? Can you clarify the sun? In what way? Thank you. In what way is this shit? Okay, shit. Alright, so the outcome of this union could be good. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. I really don't get it. I want to say that maybe you reading this, you hearing this, adds to then, whatever changes need to be made, we'll see. But what, again, I cannot help but notice is red cape, red dress, red cape, right? This person, they might be exhausted and want to leave, and maybe they check out emotionally, and perhaps they find freedom elsewhere with someone else, but then they also might them checking out emotionally and pulling themselves back might be something that helps. Like, maybe someone in this situation gets the assistance, or whatever it is that they needed. Something happened here. Wow. Okay. Well, I'm pulling back away from that. Look, number 5. What the hell? What happened? Well, I gotta know. I'm nosy. I gotta know what happened. Why is this a happy ending? Amazing. Okay. the Ace of Wands and the Four of Pentacles. This is a happy ending because someone decides to do something for themselves. Someone decides to take action. Someone decides to care for themselves with this Four of Pentacles. They decide to hold on. Wow. Them holding on must help the other Bro, this was a drama. I was not expecting this, number 5. What? This is a drama coming through, soap opera on the Luce Lemire channel. Look, if this is not your story and you're still listening, how quickly did this turn around? Look, send me that script. I feel like this person, perhaps because someone doesn't, and I don't know, this is kind of off to say, perhaps because someone doesn't let go, but they're still around, it enables the other person or the dynamic to improve. Because maybe they prove themselves or whatever the case may be. Now, I am seeing a travel. I am seeing a distance. There is something here about distance. Something happens with distance that helps this dynamic. This could be a move. Quite possibly even some kind of injury. Anyway, I'm seeing a harsh conversation, like a very real talk conversation, come to Jesus moment. Yeah. Wow. Let's look at what intimacy. Look, what could intimacy be like in this? I feel like this reading has been giving me early days. But I don't know who you are, you guys. You have to tell me what the heck this is. Okay. There is here though freedom elsewhere. I can see that. The outcome of this is the sun, and the sun burns the bullshit. And I do think that there is freedom elsewhere, but there's also freedom in, like, happiness in. But a lot of that has to do with like some type of self like realization, self-caring, and taking care of one's own. If someone becomes stingy with their energy and that wakes someone else up, oddly, because it didn't kind of wake them up when they were giving. Maybe they were coming in too hard. Wow, this is not what I expected from this reading, I can tell you that much. All right, what would intimacy be like here in this union? Now, these cards are These cards are explicit. So, I might have to hide them a bit. Okay. Like that one. I mean, and this one. Okay, so this is not 18 plus. I'm just gonna do a bit of that. Intimacy would be really good. Intimacy would be really, really good. We have the XIV, what is that, 1016? So, what is 16? Is that temperance? I think that's temperance, right? Number 16. Let me look. I think it is. Look, maybe that's how y'all make it. Look. I'm so sad that I told the other number 5s to leave. I don't even know who finished this. There's the 2 of Cups. We have the Temperance. We have the 10 of Cups. And we have the 12 of Pentacles. And we have the Knight of Pentacles. This is hot. This is super sexy. This is a great time in romance. The bedroom adventures are phenomenal in this dynamic. You guys figure it out. There's clearly whoever is in this dynamic, one of the people is quite attracted to them, or both of you are quite attracted to the other, or you really do work on this. If this red coat is not a person, if it is the marriage itself, or if it's the both of you as a couple giving to this marriage, whatever your hard work is, shit, it must be thriving in the bedroom. And maybe that's what all this red is. The passion between you two is what keeps you keeps your union going. Look, man, what helps the sun? Is the sun an orgasm in tarot? Can someone tell me that? The sun could be a baby. Maybe you two are struggling with birth. And I don't know, maybe you finally get a baby. And we do have the Queen of Pentacles here. And cradling her little guy. Wow. Okay, well, good luck to that. Perhaps that's what helps bringing you two together. But yeah, we have the Temperance here, the Ten of Cups, the Knight of Pentacles. To me, I love the Knight of Pentacles. In this deck, the Knights are just ridiculous. They're like terrible. The court cards in this deck are terrible. But I like this. I feel like this sex life is hot. This is like you have cups in abundance, overflowing emotion that's balanced and catered. You both handle each other very well in your intimacy life. You know what the other likes, and you give the other what they like. There's maybe some whispers or some words exchanged. I don't even feel like you two necessarily have to go all the way. I feel like your intimacy, it transcends just banging. I feel like the intimacy in this union is kisses on, the neck, the chest, the stomach, the thighs, the butt, and it doesn't have to involve literal sex. I think the sex is banging. Definitely. But yeah, I think it's kind of amazing. But I feel like there's just a real great level of intimacy here. Then again, the King of Pentacles did show up. So, I mean, this is some real good jamming to me. If you like things slow, steady, sexual, sensual, and maybe specific person focused. If you like pleasing your partner or you like to be pleased, I'm not seeing this as a dynamic that won't feel great. That won't feel great. So if this is someone that you're checking up on from the past, like what could that have been like? Maybe you had banging bedroom times, but the other stuff just kind of sucked. I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, the lover can definitely go the distance in this one. If that Knight of Pentacles, oof. Ooh, 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 ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Ow! Let's go. All right. If the person that's watching this right now, if they want this dynamic and they want this dynamic to be the best that it can be, what is their guidance? And for those of you that don't, I'll pull for you next. What is their guidance? That's a lot of cards, and how dare you? I don't know. We're not doing that. Thank you. Just politeness. Yin in reverse. Okay, yin in protection. I'm gonna read that to you because that's really funny. That's interesting. So yin in protection as your guidance for this dynamic and the best that it can be and moving forward in it. Do you have trouble receiving? What did I say about one person trying to give and the other person saying no, 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 or saying yes sometimes with being coy about it? I swear, Spirit's out here. So whomever this hits for, it hits, right? You stop the flow of abundance. Did you see that? Abundance in reverse? You see that? You see that? Yeah. You stop the flow of abundance when you continually insist upon being the giver. Even the King of Pentacles here, I can see that he's not really allowing to be given. That's cool. That really works both ways. You can't always lead, always give, always teach. You must be the student, the open vessel. And that makes sense for that King of Pentacles, if that is a person, that energy with the red coat, with the Four of Pentacles, about what made it become better with clarifying the sun. And even with the Queen of Pentacles, I feel like someone in that dynamic, whoever was like, hey, I'm here, come love me. And the giver, I think they stepped away. They started giving to themselves and feeding themselves. And that may have, again, one route gotten them to be with someone else that was giving to them in the relationship, or woke the other person up and went, whoa, I might, lose this person, whatever. You must be the student, the open vessel, and the one who receives the gift, gesture, or offer in equal measure. Open up and let love in. Let love, life, abundance, and spirit fill you without demand or expectation. Just receive the bounty that is yours. So that's if you want this. Practice being a better receiver. And you may not have to be, in your King of Pentacles shit all the time. Like, see if your partner might step up. Okay. Now, this is guidance for those that do not want any of this mess. Like, maybe they want the good stuff, so we'll do this. For those, Spirit. For those that, For those that want the good stuff that this has to offer, like this banging booty room here, but don't want none of the nonsense, or just don't even want any of this, right? You know what I'm asking, Spirit. What is their guidance? Three in reverse. That's so funny. Another card got 2-2. I wonder if we'll get 4-4 or 1-1. Okay, I'm gonna read this for you too. The protection message says, this is an advantageous time to restore order and recognize the opportunity for renegotiation. So I love this because essentially then this is speaking to the other person, the one that might have been in a lower frequency, but it might be you, or really might be you. But anyway, even in the seeming chaos, there is a kind of divine order, a complete resorting of elements. This is powerful. If your intention, this imagine is here, okay? If your intention is to find the best solution for the highest good of all, there's positive news. The timing is perfect. Things are already stirred up, so don't be afraid to jump into the mix. You'll discover everything you need to know about how the situation affects you long term. Be present in the eye of the chaos. This moment is valuable. Don't waste it. Again, another message that makes me feel like if you do find yourself in this dynamic, there's definitely, it's not God-forsaken, basically. It's not God-forsaken. It's not a God-forsaken dynamic. Like, this could work as a union. You got the sun, for God's sake. Like, biggest plot twist of the century. So it's really interesting. It's really interesting because the way this started and just the base of this reading, the tarot has some really quite positive imagery for me in terms of the King of Pentacles. That's my favorite guy. Like, that's my guy. The King of Pentacles and the Two of Swords here. I mean, look at this. This is two energies that want to give to the other energy. And she's being coy and the like, which can be really nice, but it can also be this sort of confusing energy with this guy who's all the way naked, showing all of himself and saying, I'm here, like, you see me. I don't understand why you're hiding from me, and sometimes why you want me but you don't. It's I don't know. Okay, I wasn't ready for this reading. and the effery that was waiting for me here. So I thought this was gonna be like fun. Ooh, woo, what's your marriage gonna be like? It's gonna be great. You're gonna be going to jazz clubs all the time. But instead it's been a whirlwind Latino soap opera. Jeez Louise. Keep your light on number 5. Let me know in the comments what's up. I don't know what to tell you. Bye. Hey, number 4. Number 4, hi. Now, what we're going to do is this. I'm going to shuffle some cards off camera because I just can't. And then we're going to look at them for what your, marriage union would be like. We'll see what happens. I say, put something else on and put yourself to do something. Put this on in the background. Let it just sort of speak to you, because who knows what the message will evolve into. I'm going to be going into, the initial message that comes out. And then we're going to go into what intimacy could be like between you two in your union. And my stomach is like complaining. And if you liked the energy, what your guidance is to get into the highest form of this energy. And if you did not like the energy, but you're like, oh shit, I better not get none of that. What your guidance is to avoid it, or to make it, pivot it into the best that it can be, or just the best that what you want in your connection. That's the guidance, okay? So the first round, I'm shuffling off camera because I just cannot deal. Okay. Why so serious? Alright, so we have Never-Ending Story. I'm not even going to name all the cards. Maybe I will. You have Never-Ending Story in Protection. You have the 4 of Cups and the 3 of Swords, both in the reverse. You have the Healing Family Issues. You have New Love in reverse. You have Let Go in reverse. You have Important Health, Improving Health in reverse. And you have It's Up to You in the upright. Oh my God, what is happening here? Number 4, just listen, okay? Don't run away. Don't be like, no, just listen. Girl, my stomach is out here whining, girl, shush. Just listen. Let's see how this goes. I gotta get rid of, all my pop-up information. There was some twists in the end. I am telling a whole telenovela in these readings. So if it's not your story, grab a cup of tea, get some popcorn, and listen to someone else's tea. Because if it's not yours, it is someone else's boo. But also, the message does evolve, and certain aspects do help inform other ones. So hear me out, okay? Okay, cool. This marriage, it might be with someone that you know. Someone that you've known for a while. This might be someone that you two walked away from each other when some stuff was going down. Okay. I feel like you two get to reacquaint yourselves with each other in your bond. Your bond enables your marriage, your union, whatever you want to call it, enables you two to revisit certain things in your past. maybe as a unit or as individuals. Okay. This looks like a supportive union. Actually. I feel like you let each other deal with what you have to deal with, and you give each other space, but you also kind of don't. Like, one of you might like more space than the other. One of you might have a really hard time being able to share with the other. But there's an energy here for me that tells me that even if one of you does give the other space, the space giver still is invested and is waiting by the sidelines to help their partner, which is really sweet. You two work through some of your past stuff on each other. And I think one of you or both of you improve yourselves for the betterment of this connection. So someone, yeah, I'll say it. Someone, huh. The thing is I'm sensing some level of like abandonment here, right? There's a lot of healing. There is a lot of healing. Something definitely gets healed, but I'm just trying to connect it between the abandonment, whether the abandonment was healed or whether it's the ability to abandon the other that was the healing factor in this union. But the person never really abandoned them. They were still around. So this may be for my twin flamey people. This may be for my long distancey people. This may be from like my master manifestors. I manifested this person back, or I manifested this person, period. But there was a real huge change that took place within a person. There could have been some sort of health issue that also rocked someone, and the person they turned to was the person in this connection, and that's what maybe brought them back together. What is this story, bro? I did readings like 3 years ago that ended up playing out in my life, and I remember those readings specifically. Anyway, this is and they were general, by the way. So insane. I'm gonna do some clarifications because this is very interesting. I'm getting a snapshot here of someone's marriage union where if something happens to your spouse or use family stuff or between the two, someone lets someone have their space. Someone lets someone have their space, and that's like really helpful. Like someone doesn't leave, someone doesn't walk away. Wow. Yeah, someone does not leave. Someone does like a little juke. Someone pretends to like there really is this like lean. There's someone here who says there is like an abandonment here. But I don't know if abandonment is the right word. That's just the word that like keeps coming into my mind and leaves. Someone is left alone. Someone is abandoned. Someone is giving space. And that space helps. What? Or that space will help. But that space does not mean letting go. And the person that needs the space, that's asking for the space, will see that they were not abandoned because the other person is still there. But that person has given them enough space to figure themselves out, and that's a gift. And the person that's giving the space, it's hard for them to give the space, but they do see the reason for it, and they really do their best to not jump in and save their person. They really do try to, this is, I don't know how, like, this is like a snapshot of your marriage. Like, this is not how your marriage would be like. If this is, you know, if I go broader than a particular moment, this marriage, this union is going to be really healing. In terms of having someone around and them still being around when you need them to go away for a bit. How they'll still be there for you because they see forever with you. Now, whether this is you or the other person is neither here nor there. But, and this is very kind of twin flamey, but if you're not a twin flame, it's just someone knowing that they need their space to do certain things and being given that space and knowing that this is maybe something for the longer haul than not. I want to read Go the Distance and see if there's something that I might be missing here because it's kind of yelling at me. I want to make sure. Do you feel as if you've been wandering in the desert when you conjure up an image? Willingness to burrow deep underground, developing survival skills and resilience. Yep. You're learning how to conserve your strength, and in this temporary time of austerity, it's wise to be selective about where you expend your energy. Come fucking through, spirit. So, yeah, you definitely, there's someone in this dynamic who, in your marriage at some point, look, or, you know, as a duration of your marriage, or something that's going to help this union, or something that's going to be a dynamic of this union, is being able to give someone their space, or you being given the space that you need, and also knowing that if you ask for space, if you get the space that you need, the person won't go away. You're not telling them to go away. Bye, be gone. However, there's also, you know, that flip side where if you do give someone space, it helps you. I want to ask about that. Like, what are you saying? $44. That's so funny. I was making a joke about that in the other readings. But that's funny. 44, 45, 47. I wonder what 46 is. 46 is missing. And that's regeneration. Yeah, that's good. Nothing dies. It just, I wonder. Very curious. All right. Yeah. This is good. So, really a reiteration of this message, and I don't know if I said it out loud or if it's one of those I'm telling a story in my own head, but what's up to you is if you are the person that is giving the space to the partner for the betterment of your marriage duration, it's gonna be, I don't want to say it's going to be on you, but there's definitely a part of you that is monkey braining, that is like, oh my God, they'll never come back, or oh my God, and the thinker is out here saying, yeah, you might be in analysis paralysis. It might be up to you to really like cushion and soften your own, like massage your own ego or headspace or whatever you need in order to realize that this dynamic, this union that you have, this is your person, right? They're not a new person. You know where their heart is. You know that they care about you, but you might, you know, sort of be triggered. And if you are the person on the other end who needs a space, asking your partner for space might be something that's not as difficult as you think you need. And you might be sort of putting yourself in a position that your partner might go, oh, okay, sure, like, that's fine. Then maybe you just come up with some ground rules or something. So I'm going to look into what intimacy is like for you, between you two, in this union, or, you know, polyamory union. That's a lot. Speaking of polyamory, there's 3 people in this bed. Jesus. Casanova, girl. I can't show you these cards directly, so I kind of have to hide them a bit. because yeah, there's a lot of lewdness going on. Wow. What was the question? Oh, what's the intimacy gonna be like in this dynamic? There's definitely some health stuff showing up here. I need backup before I open my mouth here. There might be some inexperience and secret angst in your union on an intimacy level. I'm not really reading anything outside of the bedroom here. So I'm really reading a lot more like sex here than broad intimacy. When I'm looking for broad intimacy, for some of you, I'm reading for a lot of people. Some people might take lovers because of health issues of one of the partners. But I want to say that that's something that may be agreed upon. But I feel like but if that's not your story, that's not your story, baby. I feel like I hate this. I'm getting this sort of message that attaining the mountaintop of sexual experience might be difficult or might take longer, quite delayed for it, but you do sort of get closer. Oh wow, so many cards. I really don't. I don't want all these cards. I'm not gonna lie. I don't want all these cards. Wow. Yeah, the Tower in the World. Yeah, they're oh god. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, I can't show that. There you go. There's a light blinding. Ooh. I'm not entirely. I feel like sexual satisfaction may come from external parties for some in this dynamic. Or perhaps for some of you, this person was the one that was more so able to please. This dynamic was more so able to be the one that hit sexually. The World is here. Which tells me of a climax, to a mountaintop experience. And I feel like this definitely could be from this union. What is this Tower? I know. I feel like I don't know what this Tower is, but Temperance. Man, we have major arcana here. So many majors. Temperance, Tower, World. Yeah, Two of Cups in reverse. All right. So I feel like there's definitely some rocky sexual experiences in this union. There's definitely some rocky sexual experiences in this union. But I feel like there's a balance is attained at some point. Now, what I'm wondering is whether this balance is attained from someone getting their jollies elsewhere and then being able to bring their best to the relationship in other ways, and whether that's sort of allowed by the relationship, or someone plays blissfully ignorant. But again, if that's not your story, calm down. So many meanings here. If that's not your story, I'm just picking up on someone who's feeling, who feels quite insecure about their performance, their body, their health in intimacy issues, in intimacy and sex. And that hurts the relationship, that hurts the connection that the couple could feel. But with this World and the Tower, something happens to balance things out. Someone changes. Yeah, someone changes. This is the Knight of Pentacles and the Seven of Cups. Someone changes here. Someone changes. I think someone maybe stops talking so much with this Queen of Pentacles and this Queen of Swords. Is this Swords? Yeah, with this Queen of Swords in reverse, someone stops sort of talking. Someone stops talking so much, or someone changes. Someone withdraws. And I feel like they meet the energy that's being presented, and that shifts things. With the Eight of Cups, someone else stops being so distant and gives someone a chance. Then with the Page of Pentacles, there's someone changes. And I feel like it becomes more person focused. So who wasn't getting sexual satisfaction in a very big way in this connection starts to get more sexual satisfaction, because something about happens with their partner, and they sort of realize that someone changes, someone stops saying something. I think something happens with this Queen of Swords. Definitely this Tower. I mean, something happens with this Tower, but maybe someone expresses their desire for a third party, or to have an affair, and that might snap someone up. I don't know your life. I don't know your story. I'm gonna get out of this energy, because what is happening? Oh, what is marriage? Yikes. Okay, cool. At least there's that opportunity for change. I'm really glad that came out. But it's really interesting when I'm looking at these Eight of Swords and this Nine of Pentacles. It's almost like someone is woken up from a sex life that wasn't very fulfilling, and they start to feel more fulfilled, but they don't allow themselves to go all the way. Yeah, they don't allow themselves to go all the way. So maybe that's not even like a bad reading. It could be truly someone's health is a certain kind of way, and you have to be careful for a bit, you know? And this is definitely a snapshot. I need to know more about this health. Like, what's going on with all this health stuff? Like, what are we healing? What is being healed? What is this? Oh my God. There's so many cards. Because here's the thing, we have so many healing cards. The Eight of Swords in the Casanova deck is like health. Casanova was sick once and or whatever when he was younger. He had a pretty bad something. And we have healing. So I need to know what this healing is. Milk and honey. Okay, from indulgence perhaps, between worlds, and exchanging gifts. So this could be some sort of something that can be exchanged between people, between worlds. So this could be something from overindulgence, and then someone maybe just needs to take a break from overindulging, and they sort of maybe turn their life around, and start taking better care of their bodies, or even just what they put in themselves on a spiritual level. Cool. Or what they indulge in. Yeah, I feel like someone stops. This health issue is something about excess, turning to certain comforts that when done in excess are not really helpful. Between worlds to me reminds me of some type of recovery here. And healing will take some time. Another mending card. I was asking why is improving health in the reverse, and it's gonna take some time. Someone might even have to like get some real help for their issue. So maybe this is like maybe some rehab. I don't know your life. Maybe they have to go somewhere. And I feel like this could be happening now. I want to say their marriage, but man, it's kind of crazy. Maybe if I tell you a little telenovela story, if this is a story of someone who, you know, to name names, the unfortunate story of what's her name, Kardashian, who, you know, the husband was addicted to substances. It was gonna take a while, and it's almost like, you know, as she left, he's still, I mean, I see a lot of like news articles that say he still wants to be with her, but let's say they did get back together. It might take some time, really, and her walking away, which was hard for her to do, is still something that, you know, it's up to you, that whole thing. And let's say they got back together. Let's say they didn't, you know, stay apart forever. And now there's this sort of respect. But their love life would definitely have been affected by that, because in the meantime, she maybe did have other partners, and that was a wake-up call to that relationship for him, maybe. But I'm seeing something like that, where maybe someone leaves to go get better elsewhere, and in the meantime, someone maybe tries to find love in another bed. Unless, you know, life is wild. Number 4. Hey, cool. I mean, on a very basic level, this could just be a partner that's going through some things, and they need some space and some time, and you give it to them. and your love life goes through some stuff. Oh my god, I didn't even do like the cards where I find out if this is what you want or if this is what you're in, what you can do. If the person watching this is in this union right now, what can they do to attain the highest good in this relationship? What's their guidance? Wow. Soulmates. Stick around. Be with that partner. Meet them where they're at. Show them love. Holy cow. Wow. Because again, like this could just be someone who they feel insecure in the bedroom because of maybe not a lot of experience. And they only know how to do certain things. Or this could be someone that outside of the bedroom, they just have a certain, they're going through some whatever health-wise, or even emotionally, and they're still moving through that. And they just maybe need some space to accommodate or admit to themselves that this is the new space that they're in with you. Perhaps that's it. And for you, it's just about knowing that, this is still your person. And to consider love in the deepest sense. Love is so powerful that you'll never be the same regardless of how long your relationship lasts. Consider friendships and romantic bonds so compelling that they may overwhelm you with gratitude or break you open so you'll finally claim who you are meant to be. Even a companion animal reminds you that it is you who is being rescued and healed. Pay attention, for you are in the presence of a soulmate come to guide you to the home to the real you. So that it's up to you really rings like so loud in this one, because if you do need to leave them alone to their stuff to take care of it and them come correct to you, even in your union state or as you approach union, that's going to be beneficial to you because, you're taking care of you and you're taking yourself out of the wanting to help them and be there for them because they need to move through that process by themselves in order to get to you. So that's cool. It doesn't have to be all that extra stuff. I mean, that's somebody's story out there, I can tell you that much, but it doesn't have to, be all that extra stuff. Jeez. Okay. For those that do not want any of this mess, what is their guidance to reach their highest good? And avoid this. Take action. Wow. Make moves. Have the conversations. Take action and stand by your boundaries. If you know what your boundaries are, don't bend. If you know that this is a deal breaker and you know that this is not for you, make sure that you live that truth. Be a little bit flexible, right? Because you never know what things can turn out to be. But if you don't want this, take action and leave. Or take action and find something else. Or take action and move forward, but with your boundaries intact, and see what happens. Because maybe that will, then you'll maybe reach a point where, the wake-up call happens and it's like, wow, 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 wow. So, I don't know what that means in English. Wow, 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 wow. So before you can even take decisive action, be sure to know what your personal boundaries are. Take that time to discover that. Okay? Yeah, wow. Okay. Thanks, number 4. Keep your light on, baby. I'll see you in the comments. Bye.